Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NNAN. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Before I get started, we'd like to note to please check my disclaimer. So looking at this one, hopefully you can see right away that this has been quite the monster ever since it originally woke up here on that day there, which is, to be exact, let's see here, on November 5th. And since then has just begun to really act the exact way you'd want to see a stock act. And what I mean by that is it's been putting in higher lows and it's been putting in higher highs, and that is the name of the game. Higher lows and higher highs, and you're going to have a very good looking stock chart. So what I want to do in this video is just break down some supports and resistance levels, and that way going into next week everybody's got an idea of what's going on and what to look for from the technical perspective. But really, by all means, chart is firing on all cylinders. The first thing that caught my eye immediately when I opened up the chart was the price in relationship to the two what I like to call the Godfather moving averages. This purple line here is a 50-day simple moving average. This pink line here is a 200-day simple moving average. And these are the ones that most chartists use, most technical traders use on their charts. So whenever the price is below them, you want to see them get up above as quick as possible. And when the price is above them, you just want to see the price remain above these levels. And you can see here that when the chart woke up here, came up, found some resistance on the 50-day simple moving average right at that area. And then after that, when it was able to get above it, you can see right there, 50-day simple moving average acted like a support, exactly the way you would want to see it act. And then day later, you can see right there, broke above its bigger brother up here, the 200-day simple moving average, and has since then been maintaining very well above it. And then the past 2 days, kind of the trampoline effect has started to unfold, and the price has just bounced very nicely upwards and closed at the highest it's been in a very long time. So, like I said, nice to see it get above these two key moving averages, and now with the price, or with these way below the price, the path of least resistance is definitely at this point starting to shape up in the upwards direction. In terms of some support levels that are a little nearer term, the first one that sticks out is just simply the previous high here from back on the 12th of November. That level's at 0023. Another level of support right there at that previous high, that is based on 0019. So 0019, 0023 are the two nearest term levels of support. But then, like I've already talked about, you still do have your moving averages. So you have all sorts of support below you. And then as we start to look at the resistance levels, you'll see that quite a bit of explosive potential here. So first little area of resistance. Actually, what I'm going to do, maybe this is from previous, but let's and when I have to scrunch up the chart like this, you know this is a good thing because we have to go way back into the history of the chart. So you can see, and actually I hadn't originally noticed this, but one more talking point here. You can see in the past it's had some big volume days, no doubt about that, and somewhat right there. However, what just caught my eye was recently the volume, although not individually as big, the consistency is there. And in the world of stocks and charts, as far as I'm concerned, consistency is the key. So yeah, you don't have as big of a volume bar as what you do in these other areas, but look at the consistency compared to these other areas. So that is one major difference here that NNAN has going for it, is volume consistency compared to these other times. So a nice little tidbit there that I hadn't originally planned on talking about. Anyways, let's go back and figure out where the next levels of resistance are going to be. You had a high from right here, and you can see that's essentially what knocked it down over here. To be specific, this level's at 0033. So 0033 is going to be the current level of resistance that you want to get the price to close above. Yes, intraday it did break above it, but since we're looking at the daily chart, we care about where the actual close was. So 0033. Next one after that will be up here until, and yeah, not until 0.004. And then after that, the next one, not until way up there at let's see here, 0048. So all sorts of potential, especially when we're talking about a stock that's trading for below a penny. The percentages add up that much quicker. So let's zoom back in, and so just keep in mind where these red lines came from. Actually, we're going to lose all of them, so I'll just leave it like that so you can visualize continued where these levels of resistance are. But consistency, relationship in regard to the moving averages. Lots to talk about here, and interesting. Or tomorrow, excuse me, next week should be pretty darn interesting. So get this one on your watch list and make sure you're watching it. Let's see if this uptrend continues and see if we can get some follow through on these past two very nice, very solid days. If there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, again, this was NNAN. Thanks for listening, and add this one to your watch lists.